and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. 1 second really quick as I do a little rant. If I wasn't already annoyed enough about the update that I'm going to tell you guys about at the end of this video, I already filmed the entire first half of this video. The whole, just watch this. The whole thing. The whole thing. And then my camera decides to get possessed and start turning itself on and off like rapidly. And now everything that I filmed has been deleted. Okay, and we're back. Alright. So what we're going to do now, because everything has been deleted, I'm just gonna put everything back just right in this little box. Yep, everything's going right back. We'll put it back in the packaging that it came in. I rip off the swatches so it doesn't ruin any of the surprises of what the makeup looks like. That one's a matte liquid lipstick though. That might not be going anywhere. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, hello guys. So what we're gonna be doing today is an unbox and talk, which is what we basically do in every single video. But this one is like a true unbox and talk because I have an update for you guys that I really wanted to share with you all because I'm very annoyed about it. And I shouldn't be annoyed. It really shouldn't bug me this much, but I am just a tiny touch. But I didn't have enough things like life updates to give you guys to do like a whole like get ready with me life update, plus I just did one of those. So what I'm going to do is we are going to unbox this Eyescream beauty box for the second time. Then we're going to talk about all this stuff. And at the end I'm going to attempt to, which is going to be hard, attempt to do a face with all the things I have received. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you guys about the house that we have been considering buying for like a while now. So we might, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Anywho, let's get into our Eyescream beauty box. You guys for the very first time, me for the very second time. Wow, my goodness, I can't believe the stuff that is in here. The very first thing we have in here is from Charmacy. This is a duochrome liquid liner in the shade 90 something. 903, already forgotten. And I feel like we have received something from this brand before because this packaging is just, oh well, it's now broken packaging, but it seems very familiar. Ooh, okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. So this is what the duochrome liner looks like. It is really pretty. I do think it's odd, like the stick to product ratio. Like look how long the stick part is for like the product that you get. I feel like, you know, it would have sufficed if it was just like that, but they give you a lot of extra stick. So it's a little bit hard to see all of like the different color shifts in the camera, or at least what I'm seeing. Nothing looks the same when I see it versus when you guys see it. It all looks different. So what I'm seeing is like kind of like a fuchsia purple. It's really pretty. It does have kind of like a shift to a gold, a little bit of a red, a little bit more of like a blue purple. If you get it just right, there's some like swamp green in there. Yeah, it's just a really pretty shifting duochrome eyeliner, and I like it. I think it's fun. All right, the next item we have here is from Earth Harbor. This is Mermaid Milk, a nutrient glow moisturizer made with spirulina and matcha. And I assumed by the name Mermaid Milk, I don't know why I was thinking it would look like Harry Potter unicorn blood, you know, like shimmery, shiny, kind of silvery. I don't know why that's what I thought Mermaid Milk would look like if you were to, never mind. That's not what it looks like. It is just a very pretty, very light kind of sea foamy green. I'm assuming that's from the matcha and the spirulina, but yeah, just kind of a standard little jar of mermaid milk, you know, regular stuff. Now this confused me on the back here, so I was reading everything about it and it says purely natural replenishing moisturizer replenishing moisturizer that hydrates and balances while giving you a mermaid glow. It says that it's made with concentrated superfoods, vegan hyaluronic acid. Where does hyaluronic acid come from? Is it an animal byproduct? I had no idea that hyaluronic acid could be or ever needed to be vegan. I don't know where I thought it came from though. I'm a little bit curious. I'm just gonna see. Hyaluronic acid, where come from? Oh. Hyaluronic acid used in beauty and skincare products is primarily made by bacteria in a lab. Okay, so where does it come from naturally? It comes from plant origins and animal origins. I didn't know that. Okay, but it is rarely derived from animals. So likely most hyaluronic acid that you're using in your like everyday skincare is vegan. I just truly and honestly had no idea where it came from. So that's very interesting. But yeah, this is just like a moisturizer. It's supposed to help you glow like a little fish, little mermaid fish. Alrighty, next up here we have a little loose pigment. This is from Mermaid. I think it says cows. I really don't know. Maybe gals? That's not how you spell gals. Scales! Mermaid scales! Oh, the fin makes the S! Like the very end of the fin makes the S, and then it says scales. This pigment is called Ocean Breeze, and it is very, very light icy blue. I said in the first filming of this, it's like a Christina Aguilera blue. I don't know why the first person I thought of to wear blue eyeshadow is Christina Aguilera, but like that really like light, frosty, glittery kind of blue eyeshadow, that's what this is. So when you swatch it, it almost like the more you blend it out, the less blue it becomes. So if you did want it to be really blue, you could like pack it onto something. So there's just like a light dusting of really fine kind of silvery glitter over top of a very, very light blue base. And yeah, it's pretty, it's pretty. But as you guys will see, you can see a little like, you know, a sneak peek here of what's to come. This all together on my face should be unique. It should be different. Following that, the thing we got a little sneak peek of here. This is a Beauty for Certain liquid lipstick. Now we did just receive one of these very, very recently. I don't know if it's an Ice Cream Beauty or like another one of the indie-ish subscriptions that we get. And this is a matte liquid lip in the shade number 50. And we just have like every color going on. So the liquid lipstick has kind of like a metallicness to it, even though it says it's a matte. So I'm interested in seeing like how this dries down. I should have looked at it before I scrubbed it off with that towel earlier to know how it dries down. But it has a really deep kind of terracotta brick red to it. There's definitely a lot of orange in this. So this plus the like pale sparkly blue eyeshadow and the purple liner is just, it's gonna be something. And then finally, last but not least, we have the palette that comes inside of the box. This is a Mermaid Scales Cosmetic. Oh, okay, so the same brand as this. Mermaid Scales Cosmetics X Ice Cream Beauty Mermaid Tails palette. So this little mermaid on here, she is lovely. She is beautiful. She's got her purple little tail, but she's also just a little bit like on the spooky side. And I think I've determined that it could be like the sunken in cheekbones or like the fact that her hand is a claw. So I think that for those reasons, she might be just a little bit spooky, but also pretty, like a combination of spooky pretty. I like that. This palette here, I assume it was going to be a lot of purples, but we do actually, oh man, I just shoved my thumb into that. We do actually have an assortment of colors. All of them are very bright. All of them are very color. So we have like one or two kind of neutrals in here. We got some glitters, some shimmers, some mattes, but most of them are just very color. So this combination here, I mean, yeah, it's pretty. It's very bright and vibrant. But for a makeup look, I'm nervous, y'all. I'm scared. I honestly feel like it's the matte liquid lip that's throwing things off. It's so just warm toned. Like there's so much orange to it, so much red to it that like the rest of this just doesn't really go together. So this should definitely be an interesting try on. We have some fun shades in here like Siren and Sheesh. Seashell. That's one of the hardest words for me to say. That Sally sells shore is my nightmare. So seashell, both of those are like shifting duochrome colors. Like this one looks really green in the camera, but to my eye, it's just purple. It's weird how things work out like that. This one, it looks kind of like blue, but it also has like a purpley kind of eggplant shift. So there are some fun shades in here. Everything is pretty much a fun shade. That was everything in the Ice Cream beauty box. Let's take a little look-see. Oh, see, because it's under the sea. A look-see here at our prices for this month. This was very cute. There's little mermaids on it, little dolphins wearing party hats. Precious. Okay, so the Mermaid Tails palette by Mermaid Scales Cosmetics and Ice Cream Beauty is $35. Then we have the matte liquid lipstick. Oh, I don't know why I read that as $32. I was like, that's very expensive. But the matte liquid lipstick from Beauty by Certain is $22. The loose shimmer pigment by Mermaid Scales is $10. Multi-chrome liquid eyeliner by Charmacy Global is $12. And then the Mermaid Milk by Earth Harbor is $42. That's pretty expensive.
It's $121.
A little loud there, but you heard the lady. $121 is the total value for this box. I do believe this is like a 25-ish dollar box, like $25.99 or something. Why can I never remember prices? I think there's just too many boxes to remember all of the prices for everything. Okay, yeah, it is $25 a month, and I'm not sure if there is delivery because it says $25/delivery, so it's probably an under $30-ish box. So that's not terrible. 120 something, I've already forgotten that number too. 120 something dollar value for the 25-ish, $30-ish isn't terrible. And the makeup is really unique. It's different, it's very bright and vibrant. You get to try out some brands that you might not have tried before, so I do really like this box. I'm just nervous about what it's gonna look like put together all on my face. How did that spill? And I spilled blue eyeshadow everywhere. The lid was on. So since this is a very like eye-centric box, I typically would like do the rest of my makeup off camera and then come back and just like do the eyes and lips. But I figured I can go ahead and rant while I'm doing my face because that's the easier part, and then, you know, maybe actually try to concentrate while I'm doing my eyes. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, let me know what you guys think about this kind of formula where like we do an unboxing, but also kind of like a little update, get ready with me thing as I'm trying out stuff from the box. I don't know. It's pretty much basically what we typically do, but just more talking, which I can't believe that's even possible. Oh, also forgot about this thing on my face. I got bit in the face by mosquitoes, plural. One here, and then you can't really see these, but there's two on my forehead. And it's because the mosquitoes love me. They love me. Something about like my skin, my blood, I don't know what it is. But I was at my aunt's house and they live like out in the woods and stuff. It's really beautiful. It's lovely. She has a pool. We were swimming at nighttime. So like all the rest of me was submerged under the water besides my face. So it's the only target they had. So I got bit by multiple mosquitoes on my face. What the heck, summertime? Like this is why no one likes you. Actually, everybody likes you. It's just me. Okay, so here's the thing that I'm actually kind of annoyed about. So I've told you guys about the house that like the people sought us out trying to like get us to buy it. Then they're like, no, never mind, we're not gonna sell it to you. And then they came back to us and they're like, just kidding. We want you to buy the house, but like we want you to buy it right now immediately. And then we told them like, no, thank you. It's a little bit too expensive. Plus there's like another opportunity that we'd like to invest our time and money into. And then we heard nothing back from them. No, like, okay, we understand, nothing like that. So my husband, Jeremy, sends me a Zillow link yesterday while I was in the bath of the house. They put it on Zillow. It has actually hit the market now. But what's so frustrating about it, like, you know, that's fine. You know, we anticipated them putting it on the market. What frustrates me is that they had told us they were gonna ask $500,000 for it, and the very, very lowest they could go was $488. $488, which to be completely honest, $488 is just, it's still too much for the house. It's still too much. But they said that that was like the absolute lowest they would take. But we couldn't give them that for the house because truly and honestly, it's not worth that much. Like compared to all the other comparables on the street, how much work needs to go into it, and then just like market value, it's just not worth that much. But what really bothered me and annoyed me is that they listed the house, their listing price is like $489. So like $1,000 more than they said was the very lowest they could go. Nobody that I have ever heard of puts their lowest asking price as the market list price. Unless it's like an extreme seller's market, which right now the market is insane. Who knows what's going on with it. But unless it's like an extreme seller's market where, you know, like a few years ago people were like bidding stuff up and they were getting way more than they were actually asking. That's not the case, at least in my area right now. People are not getting more than they're asking. So you don't put your very lowest you will go as your asking price because you know people are going to negotiate. They did. When they bought the house, they got it for less than asking. So they know, everybody knows, the realtor knows, everybody knows that when you put your house on the market, you don't put your very, very lowest price basically as your asking price because people are gonna negotiate. And they know people are gonna negotiate because that's just how it goes. So what frustrates me is I feel like they were trying to they're trying to get us, right? So they knew that we were looking at houses in that area. They knew that we were looking at Victorian homes, like that kind of style, the old woodwork, all of that stuff. They knew that that's what we were looking for. So that's why they sought us out, because they're like, okay, if these people are looking for this area, this type of home, we got one for them. If we find them before we put it on the market, we can try to like sell it to them before it hits the market, and they won't see the real market value and we can get more money. And that just so frustrated me because, well, we didn't talk to the actual homeowners, we talked to the realtor, and he just kept saying like, oh, like the homeowners just want you to have it really bad. They really want you to have it. You know, it was kind of like they were doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to buy their home before it hit the market. But no, I don't think that's what was really happening. I think they were trying to get as much money as they could out of it before they had to put it on the market. I'm sure they would have worked out a deal with their friend as a realtor to where, like, you know, they wouldn't have to pay so much in percentages and realtor fees and do all this stuff. It would save them a ton of money if we just bought it from them without it hitting the market. You know, like our side, I don't think we'd have a realtor involved, so like they wouldn't have to pay that. Like I just feel like there's probably a lot of like steps, a lot of different things, a lot of time that we would have saved them if we purchased the house without them ever having to like literally like list it. And I just think that they were hoping that they would get a better price for it if they sold it kind of privately to us rather than putting it on the market, because right there on Zillow, even on Zillow, like I know Zillow isn't 100% accurate. Oh shoot, I'm doing my makeup for my fake tan that's wiped off. Dag on it. Trying to do my makeup differently for like the level of orange my skin is currently, and like I was doing it for like the highest level of orange, but it's washed off. That coffee is incredibly cold. Oh, and I spilled it all over me. Anyway, as I was saying, Zillow has like, you know, the Zestimate up there, right? So it lists like what Zillow estimates the price or the value of like a home is. And it might not be the most accurate thing ever, but I feel like it has to be based off some type of like database or something. Like it has to be based off some type of real-ish number. So in that range of the Zestimate, I'm assuming like it's kind of somewhat accurate. So this house is listed for $489,000, like $490,000, but the Zestimate is $386,200. Oh wow, what an absolutely just beautiful screen to pause on. I will say that the Zestimate range is a little bit different than like the Zestimate. The estimated sales range I give is $361,000 to $412,000. So at the very high end, $412,000, which is much closer to like what I said I would pay like maybe $420 for it. So yeah, even though this estimate is like $386, it does go up to like $412, but it doesn't go anywhere near $488. So like a little bit over $100,000 less than it's listed for. This has to be an updated estimate because like since I looked at it, the square footage has gone up because they like finished out the attic kind of like almost fully, and that added on some square footage. So I feel like it's an updated estimate from Zillow. So we're looking at like $386 and the house is setting at $488, and I'm just like, there's no way they think that $488 is going to be the absolute lowest they can go, especially since they purchased the house 2 years ago for $360. So they're trying to make like $120,000 in 2 years when they've done some stuff to it, but like not a ton. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done to this house. If you do a bunch of renovations and things, you buy it for $488, you'll be pricing yourself way out of the area. Like there's not a lot of $500,000 houses in that area. And I'm just frustrated that I feel like they were trying to like take us a little bit because they knew we were looking for that kind of house, and they're like, oh yeah, they'll definitely pay up for it because they're looking for this kind of home in this area, so of course they'll pay up for it. That's what it seems like anyway, to be honest. And it seems like they got kind of mad at us. Well, not they, we never talked to the family, but it seems like the realtor got kind of mad at us when I was like, you know, said like, oh, I'm so sorry, like we're not going to be able to buy the home. And then like he didn't respond to me. Like he seemed, that seemed like it was kind of like an upset thing to do. Plus it really seemed like he was trying to rush us into a decision when they came back for $488, because he like texted me multiple times like, hey, not trying to rush you, which I mean, so it really seemed like they were trying to get us to purchase it for $488 before it hit the market at, you know, $489, which I'm sure it's going to come down quite a lot because, you know, it's estimated at least through Zillow to be 100,000 less than that. Again, Zillow I'm sure is not the most accurate source for the value of a home, but surely they're not off by 100,000. It'll be interesting for sure to see what the house actually sells for. My husband, Jeremy, he wants to like put in just a really low offer, just to be like, here's an offer. That's my little update. That's my little house update. It was just kind of bugging me because I really felt like they were trying to like get us a little bit, you know, they're like, oh, you know, that the homeowners really want you to have this house. Do they? Or do just you and them not want to go to market and get us to pay more than we probably should for the house? Is that what's going on? Anywho, that is my update. Let's go ahead and get on into some eye makeup here. I hope you guys are okay with me just like ranting a bit in this video. I just had to tell y'all, and I didn't want to do like a whole video on it because nothing else is really going on, but I had to tell you that. Okay, so we have the eyeshadow palette, the eyeliner, and the loose pigment. I'm gonna try to make those all look nice together, and then I'll put this lip on, and if it just looks heinous with everything, which I'm sure it will, I'll wipe it off and put something else on. Maybe we could go for kind of like a green and purple look. We haven't really done much green recently, and that like blue on top of the Siren shade does kind of make it like palish green spark. Well, that looks blue now. I don't know. Maybe if we went in with like this splash color over here and Siren and the eyeliner. We're gonna do something. We're gonna try to make it work. Oh, I got like heated talking about this daggone house. My face is hot. All right, so the first shade I'm gonna go into here is Splash. It's kind of like a green of some sort. A green, blue, green, aqua, seafoam, something green. And I'm just gonna kind of blend this onto the, oh my goodness, that's mint. Okay, blend this up as kind of like a transition-y shade. I honestly didn't expect the shade to be so pigmented, but it is pretty pigmented. I don't have like a sticky base or anything down. It's definitely coming through very minty. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker green shade Seaweed here and just deepen like the inner and outer corners. I look insane. Maybe I should have done the eyes first and then the face, because now I got just a big old patch of green. Like a nice green dark highlighter. Okay, let me get like a little guard going here. Okay, now with my finger I just dipped into Siren, and that's gonna go in the center here. Oh, I do feel like I'm mermaid. The whole eyeball just looks like a big scale. Because I really want to use this loose pigment, I am going to tap a little bit of that onto Siren right in the center. I like Siren without it, to be fully honest, but I want to use this so bad. I feel like it almost kind of dulls Siren a little bit. It makes it a little less green and pulls out a little bit more blue because this does have a slight blue base to it. I personally think I prefer it without the loose pigment on top of it, but I did really want to use it. But yeah, there is it all stacked on top of my lids. All right, now for some liquid liner. I feel like I'm going to make this a decently dramatic wing. I've not been doing too dramatic of wings recently, so this I'm going to make like pretty dramatic so you can actually see it. Alright, so I had the eyeliner on. I did have to put a couple of coats to make it like visible because everything is, there's so much shiny on my lid. But let me get up in here so I'll show you guys. There you go. You can see there is the eyeliner and there's a little bit of a close-up of the very interesting eyeshadow. I did also put a little bit of in the inner corners here just because I wanted to use it and I thought it was pretty. It is a lot more blue than the rest of the look, but that's fine. It's okay. We have so many colors in my face. Real quick, I'm gonna go do some mascara and stuff. I was thinking about doing some fake eyelashes, but I don't know. It might cover up the beautiful purple eyeliner if I did that. So I'm gonna do some mascara and touch up a little bit. I did try to touch up underneath my eyes because they were very green. I'm gonna see if I can fix that a little bit more and then I'll be right back to try on the nice like brick red metallic lip with this look. So excited! I'm gonna zoom you guys in here to see what we're working with right now because it's quite a lot. So we have the purple eyeliner, we have the many various different shades of blue and green eyeshadow. There's purple underneath, there's a little bit of extra blue here on the corner. I have some mascara on. So now what we're gonna do, because I feel like it needs it. There's not enough color on my face currently between like my over blushed cheeks or my extra orange bronzer. Why don't we go ahead and try some of this liquid lip. That's just a nice like subtle kind of metallic brick. Exactly what we needed. Oh, the blue mustache. Didn't even see that part. Okay. Oh, I don't know when to address that. I don't know what to finish first. I look like old Greg. Oh my gosh. All right, here it is all together. I don't think this was ever supposed to be all together. But yeah, the liquid lip, it's pretty. It is pretty. It'd be like a nice holiday shade or like a nice fall shade. It's nice and metallic. It's really pretty. The eyeshadow is there. It is pigmented. It is very colorful. The eyeliner, I did have to put on like a couple of layers to get it that purple. You know, elements, like separate elements could be fun. It could be okay. All together, no. I'm gonna wipe this off as quickly as possible off my lips because I do think it dries pretty like firmly. So let me get this off. Okay, even with just a bare lip, like the eye look looks so much better without that red kind of orange lipstick. Alright, you guys, that is everything I have for y'all for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for listening to me rant about the house. I'll let you guys know if we decide to put in an extremely low offer. It would be so funny if we actually got it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.